hey, on the topic of Dawn, that's exactly. I mean, I hate to drive this point home because people, Day of the Dead. That's why Day of the Dead is nowhere near as good to me. I'm not saying, and it always comes off like I really shit on Day of the Dead and I hate it. I don't hate it. It's just because it's next to Dawn. It just like I still think Day of the Dead's a 7 out of 10, which I think is a really good movie.
Oh,
That's
it's
to
10,
me,
man.
no,
It's a different zombie film.
to
which
me
I
that's
like.
to me a 7 out of 10 is really good. But dude, Dawn is just a perfect storm. It's a perfect movie, and it's just such a high bar. And so yeah, we went from this really colorful 70s movie and with all this stuff going on to Dawn of the Dead's Day of the Dead's very bleak. And maybe you could argue, like I said, that's maybe the point. Very bleak, and the setting's very bleak. We're underground in that weird base. All the zombie. Now we're getting into the goopy kind of like all samey, except for Dr. Tong, and there's some cool ones, but they just look a little bit more samey. We're kind of starting to go there. Yeah. I don't know. It just it with the exception of Bub, who's fantastic. Bub is fantastic.
Yeah.
But that was the first step. And you know, fast forward to Nicotero doing the stuff in like Land of the Dead. I'm like, okay, now it's just Walking Dead.
Yeah, I mean, I love Day of the Dead. I didn't love it the first time I saw it because I was like you. I was wanting Dawn of the Dead too. You know, I was wanting, oh, this is the sequel to Dawn. I was younger, you know. Then you watch it and the movie opens, first 10 minutes, they're in this, you know, deserted city, and you're like, holy shit, like this is gonna be crazy. And then it's like, nope, we're flying back, we're going underground, and then we're all just gonna scream at each other for the next 90 minutes. And you're just like, you know, as a teenager, you're just like, oh, that's not what I was hoping for. But I definitely, it's grown on me over the years for sure. Like I do.
And again, don't confuse this for hate, Todd, because I don't hate the characters in Day of the Dead. But they're not as good by a long shot as the characters in Dawn.
Well,
I love.
Like I said, they're different. I wouldn't consider them
Saint Anger. This is Exhibit A. This is Todd Saint Anger. It's just different, Todd.
I love Jerry Clark. I mean, they're hysterical. Joel Pilato. I mean, Terry Alexander.
Banging on these trash cans doesn't make your ears bleed. It's just different.
The characters in Day are definitely less likable. But I think it's because,
but it's, I don't know, it's over the top.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Yeah, they're kind of miserable, and I love seeing that contrast of the transition period in Dawn of the Dead. You know, they're excited, they're in the mall, they're like, oh shit, look at all consume, look how cool this is. They're having fun, the goofy music's playing, and then it kind of takes you to the despair and the back half. And I guess I just like the contrast. Whereas it makes sense in Day of the Dead, we're in the thick of it. They're used to this.
Yeah.
And so I get it. It makes sense, I guess, for the material, but it's just not as fun. Just like The Walking Dead. Like, no one's joking around in The Walking Dead either. Well, why would you?
I think that's why Day of the Dead didn't do well when it came out, because I mean it's like smack dab in the middle of the 80s, and you think of all the other movies that came out, and all the great horror movies that came out in 85, you know, Reanimator, Return of the Living Dead, you know, Friday 13th Part 5, which is my personal favorite of that series.
It's like too, probably.
It's like it's over the top, it's fun, you know, and then here comes Day of the Dead, and it's just like, no, life sucks and then you die. And everybody's just
I like being miserable though. That's my life.
But I think that's why Day of the Dead has grown in popularity over the years, because I think people, as time has gone on, have become more cynical and become more nihilistic, I guess, in the way of their thinking. And people, it's kind of, to me, I look at Day of the Dead as Romero's. What Day of the Dead is for Romero is what The Thing is for John Carpenter. When The Thing came out, people were just like, oh, I don't want to watch this. I want to watch E.T. E.T.'s the alien movie I want to watch. And then years later, everybody kind of realizes, like, oh shit, The Thing is actually kind of a masterpiece.
Big thanks to our awesome members for keeping Revival House alive, and to all the subscribers hanging out with us. You're the best. If you enjoyed the episode, go ahead and hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell. We've got thousands of hours of content and cover a wide variety of horror films, so there's always something new and creepy coming your way. We'll catch you next time for more spooky fun. Now you know what we are. Now you know what you are. You'll never grow old, and you'll never die. But you must feed.